A raise of hands, who is looking forward to something, anything, in the coming weeks? Now, what if I told you that this excitement is actually holding you back? Most of us are familiar with the phrase killing time and what we can do to kill time. You can escape into another dimension and you can make it so that reality flies with every perception. I've been guilty of that. The other day, my mind was set on the next day because I was heading down to New York City, which is my favorite place to be. So I dug around for myself. I told myself that I was waiting for the next day to come because today is basically a nothing day compared to tomorrow. I opened my phone and went to everyone's favorite time killer, the infamous TikTok. And TikTok is one of those apps that I like to refer to as a black hole because once we enter it, we can't escape. Even screen time can't save us. Muscle memory tells me to hit ignore limit for today, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. And I did it without a second thought. So now I want everyone to take out their phones and open up to a social media app. It could be TikTok, Snapchat, anything with an explore page. So now open that explore page. Now raise your hand if that first post or video is something that you're interested in. Now keep your hand raised if you're tempted to or already have scrolled to the next post or video out of curiosity or interest. The scary thing is that social media has us basically in their grasp, and they figured us out. They figured out what we know, what we don't like, what we like, and everything that we've ever known. So it wouldn't be at all safe to say that social media has us figured out. The algorithm has us figured out, and they probably know us better than we know ourselves. So I know it's so easy to scroll when every single video is tailored to our likings, that everything we like is basically on there. So 10 minutes of a break turns into 30 minutes, which turns into 1 hour. And then suddenly it's been 5 hours, and now it's time for bed. So this was my big mistake. Every single video that I scrolled to was an opportunity taken away from me. So in exactly 60 seconds, I took one step back from living a fulfilling life. However, there are measures we can take to live a fulfilling life. And first, we have to beat the algorithm at its own game. So managing your distractions and beating this algorithm is a feat that seems impossible, but really the only impossible part is bringing ourselves to do so. So I want you to realize what you escape to in order to escape work in the present. It could be resuming a TV show that you've always been wanting to watch or that you can't stop watching, or it could be social media. So realize that the things will always exist and that they'll never go anywhere. So pushing off your work only puts it until tomorrow, and you know you have to do it eventually. However, when you complete your work prior to getting distracted, you're maximizing the productivity and production of the day. So now let's turn our attention to the unacknowledged. What I mean by this is to take a look at the finer things in life. Acknowledge the things that you've seen around you. Acknowledge things that naturally occur around us. Acknowledge the hopefully friendly debates that you have with your family. Acknowledge the smells that you smell in the morning, such as the wet grass in the morning after it just rained. So we all remember those times that we would beg our parents to go outside with our neighbors and play outside, and we didn't have a single care, or we didn't have a single stressor in the world. But now that we have responsibilities and futures, and health and work and school to worry about, we have to worry about all those things. But we have to remember that in 10 years, you're going to have a repeat of this realization. You're going to be pushing all your work to the side, and you're going to think, why didn't I do something? But I want you to know that it's never too late. You're constantly creating moments in which you're doing something. So I want you to take in this moment that we have right now, and all the moments that you've been through, because this moment only ever happens once in this universe. Time is selfish and doesn't wait for us under any circumstance. So I want you to take in the things that you see, the smells that you smell, the things that people say, the way people say things, and all the minute details of life. So this leads to our next step of living a fulfilling life. Doing something, or doing everything, I should say. So now I don't mean this in an overwhelming way, and I don't expect everyone in this room to do everything there is to life, but by the time you leave this TED Talk, you're going to be becoming pretty darn close. So it's human nature to follow normality and to choose the easiest route. However, this is perhaps shortening our perception of life. So there was a study by David Eagleman, and he gave a group of participants a slideshow of identical images of a brown shape, with the occasional image of the oddball flower. Now, even though this flower was shown for the same exact amount of time as the other shoes, the participants claimed that the flower showed for a longer amount of time than the shoes. So other researchers confirmed this oddball effect, that time lengthens in the presence of novelty. So in other words, doing the same routine every day barely registers in the brain. You don't notice it, you don't remember doing it, and you don't remember at all when it happened. So thus entire days are lost. And on the other hand, novelty events that occur, such as rock climbing, or it could be skydiving, or something that doesn't happen in the usual routine, is something that sticks to the brain. Even small changes, such as a change of course to work or to school, registers in the brain, or even eating at a different restaurant per day. So you may be wondering and thinking, why can't I just go on my phone every day and just let the days float by and just coast along? Well, this is a loop that we're stuck in, incapacitation, and we can escape it by just having the right drive and motivation of wanting to live a more meaningful life. So we've been over the general distractions and expressing gratitude, but how do we actually go about our day? So when you wake up, instead of delving right into the negative, I want you to start with a positive affirmation and think, today is going to be a great day. So everything that you do, whether it be big or small, contributes to your success in every way possible. Everything matters, and everything happens for a reason. Now, with the best intention in mind and high energy, we're off to a great start with a strong foundation, and we're on our way to a meaningful life. So we are constantly confined within words or boxes. So we never touch those borders, but because we never touch those borders, we never realize how easy it is for those borders to be redefined, reformed, and molded. Human beings are known to have the tendency to follow normality and things that emulate comfort. We don't like change because it implies that we have to exert more effort. However, if we change our mindset with the notion that we want to live a more meaningful life, then that means that we want to maximize, that means we have to look from a different perspective. So we unknowingly wield the power to create more opportunities for ourselves. So what we have to realize is that nothing will happen unless we make it happen. So, Nike's right, we just have to do it. Even if it's a small step, we have to do it. Laziness and discomfort and pushing things off is our inner monster that eats up all our dreams and passions and aspirations. So we're entranced by its selfishness, and we retreat back to our codes of safety, where we do our normal routines and do what we're used to. But we have to realize that this monster is a creation of our own minds, and that it is our own minds that we can take it back to heart. So I want you to make out your day, so put that little more effort than usual. Do that extra task that you've been waiting to do that you haven't done yet. For example, I want to become a great computer scientist, but that just won't happen overnight. What I have to do is first I put it down TikTok, and then I have to do a project that I like to do. Maybe spend a couple hours doing a project, doing a coding project that I've been working on. Or I can watch a video that I've been meaning to watch, so that I can create effective use of my time. So if there's one thing that you should take away from this TED Talk, it is that each trial and tribulation, despite its difficulty or size, is a part of your journey. If you constantly worry about the future, you won't be able to embrace the beauty of the present. So instead of doing things that you normally do something that you've never done and break old habits to create new ones. So I want you to let this quote from Kung Fu Panda be your new motto.
Go over to the right of the board, it's the button all the way on the right. There you go. Oh, you just hit back again. Now hit it. Yep.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift.